City of Chicago's Kickback series.
And I'm Bree Specific, a media personality here in Chicago, owner of Specific Six Candles, and this year's marketing instructor for True Star Media. You may know me from hosting on the number one station in the streets, Power 92.
We are your hosts for this evening's virtual fundraiser. Tonight, we also have True Star creators Gary Langfield and Lauren Fryer on hand to share highlights about True Star throughout the event. Hey, Gary and Lauren.
Thanks, Danny. I'm Gary Langfield Jr. I'm with True Star's production and journalism team, but I also won this year's Flip the Script filmmaking competition. But we'll talk about that later.
What's up, y'all? My name is Lauren Fryer. I'm a creator on True Star's journalism team, and today Gary and I are going to be talking to you about some fun ways that you can donate. Click the link below, or you can donate right here on our Facebook page.
Yep, just click donate right at the top. But for right now, back to you, Danny.
2022 marks the 18th year of True Star's existence. What started out as a newsletter and grew to a magazine has evolved into what is now a multimedia digital content space where dreams are launched. Tonight, our goal is to raise $25,000 for True Star to continue transforming the lives of young people. True Star champions the voices of underrepresented students of color by valuing their lived experiences and providing a platform from their perspective. Each year, True Star provides job training opportunities to over 250 youth ages 11 through 24 living in under-resourced areas on the south and west sides of Chicago.
That's right, Danny. True Star's mission is to provide jobs and training for underdeserved youth that teaches them how to create, produce, and market digital content on platforms that empower them to forge their own paths. Students learn hard and soft skills while producing written articles, videos, podcasts, digital art, and interactive media. True Star builds young people's resumes and portfolios while showing them how to create a promised and rewarding career.
Well, you ready, Bree? Tonight we're gonna have some fun.
We're ready.
We're gonna
ready to kick it.
Spice some things up. We're gonna try to get this fundraiser going. Make some shmoney.
Get some
all right. Our first guest is True Star alum Kia Smith, a social media brand strategist and author of the books "Write Yourself a Love Letter Challenge" and "Love Rehab." Check out my interview with her. What's up, everybody? I'm a creator with True Star. My name is Danny B, and this is Connecting Young Creators, the college edition. Ooh. Today, we're hanging out with True Star alumni, Miss Kia Smith. She's an author and social media strategist. Welcome, Kia.
Thank you for having me, Danny.
No problemo. Mm-hmm. All right. So my first question is, tell us about your experience as a high school student in True Star.
Wow. So as a high school student in True Star, I joined True Star in 2009. I believe I was a sophomore at Harlan High School. And I was kind of like that unfocused teenager, like had some talents, but really did not have like the guidance on how to like bring those certain things out.
Okay.
And so when I discovered True Star, it was like, had a couple friends in the program and they were just telling me like, yeah, we write, we have a radio show, we got a street team, we do this, we do that. And I was just like, well, I like to write. Maybe I can, take a stab, at journalism. And so the rest was history. Literally remember sending Nate an email and just like, hey, I'm interested in joining True Star. Nate is like very straight to the point. Okay, come, down to the True Star office downtown. Be here by like 4:30. This is the address. And boom, ever since then, I was able to kind of like cultivate myself, or they helped me cultivate a lot of the gifts and the talents that I have today.
That's pretty cool. My next question is, what college did you attend and how did True Star prepare you for college?
So I am a proud Saluki. I went to SIU in Carbondale, that's Southern Illinois University. I graduated in 2012. No, I'm sorry. I graduated from high school in 2012, and I graduated from college in 2017.
Okay.
And I studied journalism with an emphasis in advertising. I just knew I liked to write. And TrueStar helped prepare me for college because, number one, they exposed me to like, yo, you could really make a career out of like being a journalist, writing for magazines, which is what I wanted to do for a very, very long time. Like, you couldn't tell me I was not gonna write for Essence or Ebony magazine.
Right.
Maybe would have been an editor-in-chief, like music journalist. I also had like a YouTube series where I would interview like Chicago artists, and took a lot of those interviews in TrueStar's office, and just kind of like developed my own brand there. But TrueStar really helped because they helped me see that something I once thought was not tangible, they helped me realize like it really is tangible and you really could do this. So instructors like Miss Marty used to be like, you know, like, you can be a writer, like, you're a good writer, you can do this, like, go to college. And I was so against going to college. Like, I was just like, I don't want to do this. I'm gonna be my brand name was Queen K. I'm gonna just be Queen K and I'm gonna figure it out. But I was just encouraged by instructors to, you know, get that formal education, get that network, which is, you know, something super big that TrueStar is very big on. So they prepared me by like teaching me how to network, helping me understand like these are the different career paths that you can take, having talks with people who are already, you know, just well established in the industry. So they help like in a number of ways.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. All right, now you are an entrepreneur, an author, and a social media strategist. How did TrueStar inspire your life and career path?
I feel like in so many ways. Just I've always loved to write. I've been writing since second grade, and not too many people can say at 15 years old they're a self-published, you know, journalist coming out in a magazine 4 times a year, interviewing everybody from artists to NFL stars to having like your own op-ed columns and opinionated pieces, and like really getting recognized for that. So it's very natural that I began to pivot, you know, to like just other things. And TrueStar helped inspire that because they just showed me that it was possible. Like being able to look at people who are well established in the industry, making it, and like they don't hold back. Like any question that you might have about anything, they used to answer it, and they used to give us the real. They never sugarcoated anything. And they always stressed to us to remain teachable, which is very important because sometimes like when you are young and you're in TrueStar and you accomplish like so many different things, you think like, oh, I got it, I know it all. And that was definitely me as a college freshman. I'm just like, you know, I know how to do this. Like I don't need this, but in reality I did, because yes, TrueStar plants the seeds, but it's really up to you to water it.
Now you say you like to write.
Love to write.
Me personally, I can't put a pencil to a paper for more than 2 minutes. So like, what made you like get into writing? Like, how'd you like that?
Well, I feel like I always loved reading first.
Okay.
And so great writers are readers as well. So just looking at my life and like the people around me and like just observing that, and I always have been a very self-reflective person. I just started with journals, and then I was transitioned to like short stories. I was that kid who used to fill up those notebooks and just write. And it was, I never thought about like, you know, becoming a journalist. Like my favorite journalists are like Oprah and Diane Sawyer and Barbara Walters. And, you know, this was like before the boom of like the internet and social media, where pretty much anybody can have a platform now. Like it's definitely a lot more accessible. So I just feel like it was just one of those things that I was naturally meant to do. I think we all have a purpose in this world. And I think mine is to inspire people with my words.
Great. All right. My next question is, as a soon-to-be alumni of True Star, I'm excited about the newly created alumni board that you are leading. Tell us about your vision for the alumni board and what our alumni will be working on.
So my vision for the alumni board is to be a hub of resources, connection, fellowship opportunities, jobs if we need them, and really to hone and to give back, which is, you know, number one. Like I say all the time, I would not be half the creative that I am if I did not get exposed to True Star and just all the seeds that they planted within me. So I love any opportunity to kind of like pay that back with current students in True Star, soon to be alumni in True Star. It's very important to give back, but I think it's also important to just maintain that foundation of networking across. Like Issa Rae preaches all the time, and Deanna McLeary Sherman does too, because it's so important to, you know, just network across.
Tell us why True Star programs are so important and why people should donate and support the students in True Star.
True Star programs are so important because the world does not move without creativity. And that is a quote, well, Black creativity. And that is a quote from Melissa Kimball, who is founder of an organization called Black Creatives. But it's so important because, like, when you believe in the youth, like, this is a Chicago-based organization. We know that Chicago has a reputation for being hopeless, violent, penniless. Like, they think the youth are lost. They think that the youth don't have the good sense God gave them, but that's not true, because you see people that are in True Star who are creative, who have such great potential, who can do great things, who can see things that most people won't see to the common eye. And these are people that you need in your agencies, that you need at your big marketing firms, that you need on your music executive teams. It's so important to pour into the dreams, because when you pour into the dreams of kids today, it creates a better tomorrow. And that's why I think everybody should donate and support the students in True Star. Put your kids in True Star, give us some money.
She just straight to it.
Give us some money. You know, just talk to us, a youth, a young person, mentor them, offer them an internship or something. You know, continue to create the opportunities so the kids in True Star can make tomorrow a better place. So yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Yes, it's definitely important because the hard work does get put in. So we should be very much supported in what we do.
And it's like, I was in True Star 13 years ago. I am almost 30 years old, and just to see how much True Star has grown, like, y'all not in the studio with us, but this is like a whole content studio. We did not have this 13 years ago. And so just to see, you know, them elevate to bigger spaces and really be on the pulse of like what's happening in digital media, and these kids are coming out the gate. I thought we came out the gate with a lot of skills, but no, these kids are coming out the gate with so many different skills that even your most established professional does not have. So it's so important to like have these people on your teams to contribute to these workforces and to, you know, just the infrastructure of the world. Like, True Star is dope, and I stand 10 toes on that.
Great. And I think it's very important that you said 13 years ago, this is not what you've seen. Like, it's very important to know, like, when support and love is poured into something, how greater and how bigger things can get. So definitely with us. So yeah, I guess that's all for today. I want to say thank you so much for hanging out with us, Miss Kia. And to you guys, I want to say, now to all of you out there watching, go to elevate.truestarfoundation.org and donate so we can continue to develop more amazing alumni like Kia Smith. That's elevate.truestarfoundation.org. Thank you so much, Kia.
Bye.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
What's up, y'all? It's Lauren. Kia is the perfect example of the quality alumni that TrueStar produces that can help diversify corporations across the country. Help us to provide more opportunities like this by donating at elevate.truestarfoundation.org.
Thanks, Lauren, and thanks to my girl Kia Smith Writes as well. I actually bought her Write Yourself a Love Letter book.
Really?
Yes, and it's amazing.
That's good.
Like one of my favorite writers out the city for sure.
One.
You need to. Do you love yourself?
Yeah, but I don't like to read.
But you can love yourself. It's like a workbook though. Like you write.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
it's dope.
Okay,
you can love yourself a little bit more.
Definitely.
Period. Since we talking about loving ourselves, Danny, so how long have you been a part of TrueStar? And let me know how much have it's been a benefit to you.
Oh, cool. So TrueStar, actually, I haven't been a part of TrueStar for that long. They picked me up in early May, and a lot of people were telling me, they were like, you should do TrueStar, but I did not have no clue what TrueStar was until I saw the logo. I was like, I remember this was a while back. And so I was completely dismissive of actually trying to see what TrueStar was about because I was going through a lot at the time. But like not even a week later, TrueStar actually popped up at my school, and I was like, you know what? Let me just give it a shot. So I went over to the table and we talked, we discussed some things. I showed them my work, some of my comedic acting work that I do, and they were interested, and I got even more interested. And from there, like opportunities just started flowing. I was able to host the Go Fest. I was able to sit in many rooms and listen to many people that I never thought I would have the opportunity to do that for. So they've definitely been a benefit to me, and I think they'll keep being a benefit to me.
For sure. I love that for you.
Yes.
That's definitely what's up. And to continue to create opportunities to do this great work, TrueStar needs you. So make sure you can give a gift to give another Chicago youth a job and work experience that will change their life for the better. So for just $500, you can provide a Chicago youth with a job opportunity and job training for an entire year. All you have to do is visit elevate.truestarfoundation.com for more information. TrueStar also gives teens and young adults across Chicago work experiences and opportunities that get them accepted into college and the colleges of their choice, might I add, okay? Because we got choices over here. We get scholarships, and they are well prepared once they hit that college campus. One of our TrueStar alums excelling at an HBCU right now is Zaya Bryant, and here's what she had to say about her TrueStar experience.
I'm Zaya Bryant, a proud alumna of TrueStar, and I am currently a freshman at the Spelman College on a Dean Scholarship. TrueStar made all of the difference in my high school career by giving me a place to express my creative ideas and collaborate with other young Chicago natives. During COVID, my best friend and I came to TrueStar's founders, Deanna and Nate, with an idea for a summer festival, and they couldn't have been more receptive or willing to make it come to life. They were like, say less, we're gonna create a team right now and start building this. And we would have never guessed that From the Go Fest would be as legit as it is. And we absolutely couldn't have pulled it off without our family at TrueStar. If I had to say one thing about TrueStar, it's that this foundation is giving students the resources they need to make the changes we want to see in our community. So go donate at elevate.truestarfoundation.org.
Yo, this ain't stopping. ain't stopping.
And as you can see, we have plenty of amazing students here, but we also have amazing partners. You can join the roster. With the $500 donation, you'll be giving young creators a whole creators kit to create in their very homes. With a $1,000 donation, you'll be employing the youth for a whole year, giving financial relief to them and their families. So donate now at elevate.truestarfoundation.org.
Thanks, Gary. So, Bree, please tell everybody what your experience has been like as the marketing instructor for TrueStar.
Well, I started becoming the marketing instructor at TrueStar about 6 months ago. I started over the summer with my boy Mike. We have a lot of amazing students, and I love it because it's like an introduction for marketing to them. So they're able to pick a product. We do marketing campaigns, and they connect it with the things that they want to do in real life. If they have a product that they want to sell, I always push that it's never too late to start your own business. So they start their own products, they learn how to market it, and it's literally an amazing experience. And I love the feedback from it as well. And many of our TrueStar alumni are actually entrepreneurs as well, such as our next guest, Sabria Whitaker, founder of Grow the Game. Check out her interview with TrueStar creator Jada Strong. Take it away, Jada.
Everybody, I'm Jada Strong, a creator with TrueStar Media, and this is Connecting Young Creators, the college edition. So Sabria, when did you join TrueStar, and what was that experience like for you as a teenager?
I joined TrueStar my sophomore year of high school at Morgan Park, and I was about 15, turning 16 at the time, and it was a great experience. My cousin was actually a participant in the photography program at Julian at the time, and I thought it was a really cool experience to have such a cool job. And next thing I know, I was in the radio program, the freelance program. I did just about every program possible except maybe like design and photography. So it was a great experience being able to gain so many skills and find my passion for sports.
What college did you attend, and how did TrueStar prepare you for college?
I actually attended the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, ILL, and TrueStar obviously gave me a lot of skills for reading, writing, how to be professional, how to network, how to communicate. But most importantly, it really gave me experience into a career path, and it let me know that communication was actually the right major for me. So without TrueStar, I probably would not have chosen the major that I did, and was able to perform so well that I graduated with honors. So I really owe TrueStar that.
How did you become a sports enthusiast?
Honestly, I was just thinking in high school, what is something that I could do for the rest of my life and not feel like it's work or not get annoyed. And I realized throughout my whole life, I was an athlete on the soccer team. I wrestled a little bit at Morgan Park. I was in the band. I had a lot of friends who played basketball. And I just realized that that was my circle. That was my thing. That was something that really made me excited. And to this day, I've been in sports, and it still feels like a dream that I get to do what I want to do, and it still doesn't feel like a job.
Tell us about your organization, Grow the Game, and where the inspiration came from.
So Grow the Game is a nonprofit organization whose initiative is to increase awareness, attendance, involvement, and fan engagement for women's sports. And it really came from me documenting my time at WNBA games, starting as early as TrueStar, where I was interviewing WNBA players, and people saw it was something that was exciting, that I was really passionate about, and wanted to come. So I picked a day, put it together, did the promotion for it, and now we are working in partnership with a lot of WNBA players, past and present, and a lot of sports organizations to do some organized activations around the world.
How did TrueStar inspire your entrepreneurial spirit to start your own organization?
In TrueStar, Deanna, Nate, and all of my amazing instructors showed me what was possible by allowing me to pitch new ideas and share my vision with them with anything that I had. And when I begged them to let me cover more sports and end up starting the sports journalism program, it made me comfortable in my ideas and trust myself and confident, and let me know that I can fill a void or execute a vision even if no one else around me sees it until I make it happen. And because of that, in TrueStar, I know that I can make it happen.
Tell us why TrueStar programs are so important and why you think people should donate.
TrueStar programs are so important because they help students get experience and get their foot in the door early so that they can enter the real world with real world experience. TrueStar really changed my life in that aspect, and people should donate and support TrueStar students so that more youth can have a positive impact, the same positive impact that TrueStar had on me.
Thank you for hanging out with us, Sabria.
Thank you for having me.
For everybody watching, please go to elevate.truestarfoundation.org and donate so that more young leaders like Sabria can take part in TrueStar Media's programs.
Now that right there was dope. Sabria is a prime example of a TrueStar alum who really got to nurture her entrepreneurial spirit and grow her own brand. With your donations, you'll be giving Chicago's youth plenty of opportunities just like that. So donate now at elevate.truestarfoundation.org.
And I am a student at Harold Washington College. I've been with TrueStar since 2018, and that all started in the graphic design program. In that program, I was instructed under Miss Polina, I call her Miss Z, and there I learned how to make logos and just generally how to handle Photoshop, and it was a great experience. Currently, I am working under the video production team, under Trig and Silas, and personally, as somebody who's an artist, who wants to get into animation while creating content, this has been a great push to get all that started. I just want to say thank you to TrueStar, and I just can't wait to see what the future holds.
Cinnamon Toast Squares, they tried it, but we say tried and true every time. Squares only. What's up, y'all? My name is Genesis Denise Hale, the melanated multi-hyphenate, and I've partnered with TrueStar to give y'all a new show where we will be interviewing every extraordinary youth from Chicago you can imagine, called Content, Culture, Life.
Thanks, Zach. Now, y'all, for many of our participants, TrueStar is literally their very first job. To better prepare us for the real world, it's so important for young people like myself to know about money and how to manage their finances. So that brings us to our next guest, who happens to be one of Chicago's very own finance coach, Ross Mack, the creator of Macconomics. All right, featured on Revolt TV, can currently be seen on Netflix's Get Smart with Money. Check out this one-on-one he had with TrueStar creator Christopher Lockridge.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Locke, and I'm a creator for TrueStar Media. This is Connecting Young Creators, College Edition. Today, I am honored to be sitting here with the one and only Ross Mack. If you do not know who Ross Mack is an entrepreneur and financial coach of Netflix, Get Smart with Money. How are you doing today?
I'm phenomenal, man. Thanks for having me.
No problem. It's an honor. I'm very honored to be here. Nice of you to join us today with us. So let's get right into it. You have a passion of educating the black community on how important it is to invest, get smart with your money. Can you dig more into that, and what inspired you to start educating the black youth?
Yeah, the one thing that's important to me is find a way to bring Wall Street to Main Street, right? If you look at, even looking at 2020, right? One of the things that happened was we currently as black people are having the same fights. We're fighting for rights that our ancestors were fighting for, right? And so if you ask yourself, doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, that's effectively the definition of insanity. So what I wanted to do is say, what is my ability to impact our black community, right? And that is giving financial literacy to our community. I was quoted in Bloomberg, and they said, it's the digital civil rights movement. And I think it's so important because one of the statistics is by the year 2053, the median household net worth will be zero. And that's staggering, right? Because right now it's already that a white family makes 10 times that of a black family. So if I have the ability to impact people on a global basis and say, look, black people everywhere, this is one way that we can start building true generational wealth, then I'm all in for it.
So you have this thing called Maconomics. What inspired you to create Maconomics, and how long did it take to develop? Like, what is the mindset behind Maconomics?
Yeah, Maconomics is a digital platform I created that makes financial literacy a little more easy to digest, right? If you think about investing, if you were to Google investing, you're probably gonna see a picture of an old white guy in a suit. And where we're at now, you don't have to be an old white guy to learn how to invest, how to grow wealth, how to build generational wealth. And so I wanted to find a way to literally just take the whole idea of what financial literacy is, turn it on its head and make it more entertaining and easy for anybody to understand. And so what I started doing was similar to this setup. I was just sitting down and answering questions that I thought the typical person should want to know, right? And so the best thing is I kind of took the Tyler Perry approach, where it's like, I'm gonna make you laugh while simultaneously educating you on something that I think you probably should know. And what Maconomics is today, right? It just started out before it was TikTok and IG Reels, etc. I just was making quick minute videos that will say, okay, in this minute time, I want to teach you how to invest. I want to teach you about retirement, how to teach you how to improve your credit score, teach you how to buy a new home using an FHA loan. And at the end of the day, that's what it started out. And today it's a full-blown production company where, as you see, I work with Revolt. We work with a number of clients. I've done things with BET, do stuff with the street. And obviously that segue into having the new Netflix.
So you actually got a little bit into the next question. I was about to say you are an inspirational rapper. You try and educate us on financial literature and everything like that. Like, what is your mindset? Like, on the average, how long does it take you to think about what you want to put in your songs? And like, do you have a certain message for each song, or it just whatever comes to the mind?
Yeah, man, the music is something that I'm truly passionate about. And I think when you turn on the radio, you ask, like, what type of music am I hearing, right? It's a lot of the same repetitive stuff, a lot of the same type of beats, and everybody having the same message. So I said, okay, what's my niche? How could I set myself apart from everybody else, right, that's making music? And one of the things is like, what's the content, right? Everybody, for the most part, tries to rap their truth. And what I'm bragging about is different than the next person. They might brag about the amount of women they get, or the type of car or watch or stuff they get. I'm gonna brag about going to Ivy League. I'm gonna talk about investing. I'm gonna talk about my kids being straight for life. What I want to do with my music is make the average person listen to it like, wait, what did he say? Let me go Google that. The same way, a normal rapper might say something and they like, oh, wait, what type of pills or drugs or car or guns or whatever they talking about? So I just try to flip that whole stereotype on his head and literally talk about the stuff that inspires me.
Again, you have Netflix show, Get Smart with Money. Can you talk to us about how did that come into play? And also, do you think that, well, it is making a big impact on the community? Tell us about how, if you have stats for it, how has it helped the community as of right now?
Yeah, well, I would say I was at the right place, right time. The production company reached out to me and said, hey, this is an idea that we are working on. We've already sold the idea to a major distribution company or major streaming company at the time. They wouldn't tell me, but then I, later found out after we talked a little more. It was Netflix. They were like, "This is the idea we're trying to have," and it was literally me going out and saying, "Okay, who could I work with?" I put out like a casting call for the most part, like who needs their finances to be better, right? And one thing led to another. I was in Miami shooting a podcast, actually. I have a podcast called Money, Music, Culture. But I was shooting a podcast episode, and my co-host on the podcast, he's in the NFL, 10-year vet. And we were literally, we were at a big facility, shout out Brandon Marshall. We was at the House of Athlete facility, and there was obviously nothing but athletes there. And one of the guys was on the Bears at the time, and that was Tease. So it literally was just like, yo, Tease, you want to be on Netflix? If I can help you with your bread. He like, for sure, let's get it. And that led to, us over the course of a year shooting it. And kind of the stats was that Get Smart with Money debuted in the top 5%. It might have been top 1% actually. But nonetheless, the impact is phenomenal, right? I get DMs every day from people from all around the world, literally not just here, but people all around the world, white, black, purple, it doesn't matter. People was like, yo, this is a transformative documentary, and we need more content like this. And it was something that, you know, touched me, and it really said, okay, it's a need for this, because when you think about finances, it's kind of taboo. Not a lot of people like to talk about it. But when you take the concepts and say 70% of people in America live paycheck to paycheck, and I'm sure it's even worse than that. It might be an even higher statistic of that throughout the world. And so these are things that people need to talk about, but it's a thing that not a lot of people want to talk about because you're self-conscious about it. Therefore, those conversations don't happen. But when you bring that type of content to people at their front door, then it's even better.
So one thing that stood out to me when you was just recently at the Blueprint Man Summit, one thing that stood out to me is you mentioned in the community, the Black people community, we speak about gangs, violence, drugs with no hesitation. That's something that we're comfortable speaking about. But towards speaking about credit or anything that will build financial wealth, we feel uncomfortable talking about. Can you dig more into the steps towards bettering and having us feel comfortable speaking about credit and everything?
Yeah, at the end of the day, people talk about what they know. And unfortunately, there's a huge wealth gap in this country, but there's also an exposure gap and an education gap. And so when you think about the education gap in this country, right, and the exposure gap, we aren't exposed to our grandparents having life insurance policies when they pass away. We're not exposed to our parents talking about retirement at the dinner table. We're not exposed to, you know, our parents saying, oh, matter of fact, you're only 10 years old, but guess what? I just put you as an authorized user on my credit card. So right now you're gonna have a 750 credit score. By the time you graduate and you're ready to actually apply for credit, you're gonna be able to get the lowest interest rate that they offer. So at the end of the day, the idea is saying, how can we make our community more comfortable talking about these things? And it's just saying, we got to better educate them, because you're going to talk about the things that you know. And the same way when you go to the barbershop and people talking about who's better, right? LeBron James or Kevin Durant, we want to have them same conversations, but the idea is now saying, which is a better company? Is it Apple? Is it Microsoft? Is it Google? Is it Netflix, et cetera? So it's just all saying, you know, let's start talking about the things that could actually bring us wealth.
One thing I like to mention is, why do you think, no matter who it is or whatever, why do you think it's hard to break that generational curse of poverty?
Systemic. It's a fact, right? It's systemic. So a lot needs to be done from a legislation standpoint, right? And the reason I'm saying it's systemic is this. You get grandparents, their parents had parents, your grandparents had parents, and their parents had parents, right? All of them have had systemic issues that kept them from attaining wealth. Whether it was slavery, whether it was Jim Crow, whether it was redlining, right? Redlining was something done extremely strategic that didn't allow us to own homes that would appreciate in value. And when you think about that, those are years and years of compounded wealth that was not able to be passed down from generation to generation. So when we hear statistics like, oh, by the year 2053, the median net worth of Black people is gonna be zero, well, it's because our grandparents didn't die and give us a house that's worth $500,000. Because when they was trying to get a crib, redlining means, you know, the bank wouldn't loan to them in this area because the insurance company wouldn't insure it because this was a red line place where Black people live, right? So that's one thing. Then you think about predatory loans that Black people are still getting to this day. Or, you know, they just did a study where it was a Black family that got appraised for a house. It was like $400,000. Then they was like, you know what, let me have my white friend do the same house and go get an appraisal, same company, and it was $700,000. So that right there is so many things systemically, but I'm not in a position to change the history. But what I can do is change the future. And so that's what Maconomics is. It's like, how can we educate our community and say, you know what, one way to build generational wealth is buying life insurance, right? You can get a life insurance policy, a 35-year-old female, she'll spend like $35 for $1 million life insurance policy. God forbid, you know, when she passes away, well, not God forbid, everybody's gonna pass away, but once she passes away, I mean, God forbid if it's early, well, guess what? Her children will inherit $1 million, right? That's one way. Now let's talk about how to invest. Let's talk about how to build credit. Let's talk about how to make sure your kids have custodial accounts and 529 accounts so that they don't get 25 years old and come out of college with a whole lot of student debt, right? There's so many things that we can do. It's real blueprints to making sure we can build generational wealth, but the conversation got to start.
So for example, it's teens and adults out here, for example, they'll go put their money in the stock market and say like the stock market crash, and then they're like, oh, let me pull my money out because I feel like it's not the best way to go, which messes up like their trust in investment. What is your best way, like what is your advice towards people that are afraid to invest and stick with the process?
Well, first and foremost, you got to do the research. You can't just get on Instagram and see somebody saying, yo, I just made some money, let's do it. Or, yo, I just bought Dogecoin when it was at 60 cents. Now it's at 13 cents. Now, oh, I never want to invest in that again. The idea is first you got to understand what you're doing. And when it comes to investing, if you invest in the best and it goes down 10, 20, 30%, you got to look at it like it's a sale. You got to look at it the same way, right? We in November right now. I don't know when it's going to drop, but we in November right now. And the crazy thing is Thanksgiving. Next thing happened is Black Friday. Black Friday, everybody finna go stand outside, sleep outdoors because they want to be at Walmart or Target when they open up to go get a TV for 30% off. Mentally, we want to buy that because it's on sale. The same thing happens in the stock market, right? So if I own something that goes down 30% and it's the greatest company in the world, if I see Apple down 20%, if I see Tesla down 30%, 40%, my mindset is, oh, wow, let me buy more because it's on discount. And so at the end of the day, what needs to happen is just more education, but also people have to have the discipline to say, I want to stick with it because this is a long-term investment. In 5-10 years, you know, that's the idea. I want to buy something that in 5-10 years is going to make me 3, 4, 5x my money that I did, you know, back in the day. And so that's really what it boils down, is just having the discipline. And more importantly, you got to have the consistency, right? I'm not telling a person start off with $1,000 and buy this stock and in 5 years you're going to be rich. No, the idea is saying, how could I start investing on a monthly basis to really build up the wealth?
So what 3 steps could teens or young adults take to start building financial security?
Budget. First step first is budgeting. You need to know your inflows and outflows, and then you need to figure out how to get your expenses down or get your revenue up so that you have the ability to have enough money at the end of every month that money is being invested, right? I think we're all conditioned to paying our phone bill, paying our light bill, car note, rent, mortgage, etc., but we're not conditioned to paying ourselves first. That's the idea, right? You're trying to pay your future self by investing today. And so when I say budgeting, you need to literally say, okay, how can what expenses do I need to give up? Do I need to go out to the club one day less in order to have $200, $300, $400 or whatever the number is you come up with so that I can invest that every month, right? And then that's step 1. Step 2, you got to open up the brokerage account, right? I said it in Get Smart with Money. You need to start off buying a ETF, a diversified bucket, right? A basket of stocks, which I recommend being the S&P 500. And then step 3, join Maconomics. You got to join my club, right? The investment club. Where I help people really, you know, I done touched thousands of lives. It's really about building real wealth.
You want to shout out where you can reach you at to join the Maconomics?
Yeah, Maconomics.com. Flat out, Maconomics.com.
TrueStar has opened up 10,000 jobs, and it has put people in a position of where they want to be in the future. Why do you think programs like TrueStar are very important, and why should people donate?
Listen, we have to give back to our community. Our children are the future. And so being able to pay it forward is one of the greatest things that you can do, right? When you find something you're passionate about, then you find something that you are emotionally invested in, and that is helping our youth, that is helping our people. And TrueStar is doing a great thing because they've been doing this for, call it like 2 decades or so. So the idea is, how can you help support people that are doing what I would say God's work, right? Being in a position to help take our kids to the next level, help them reach their dreams, and put them in a position to build generational wealth, right? When you help employ people that look like us, what you're doing is helping the next generation. You're helping their kids attain wealth. And what you're doing is really, putting our community on a pathway to ensuring that the Black median net worth by the year 2035 is not zero.
So that's pretty much it for me today. I just want to say any final remarks that you would like to say about financial literature, coaching, Maconomics, or anything like that I missed?
No, without a doubt, man. Thank you for having me. Follow me at I'm Ross Mac. That's at I'm Ross Mac, and visit Maconomics.com, and let's get it.
All right, guys, this has been the one-on-one interview with Ross Mac. Again, Ross, if you don't know, Ross Mac is an entrepreneur. He's a financial coach for Netflix, Get Smart with Money, and he's also an inspirational rapper. Donate to TrueStar at elevate.truestarfoundation.org and invest in today's youth. And we're out.
What's up, y'all? It's Lauren. I hope y'all were out there taking notes because Ross Mac just dropped some gems. Donate at elevate.truestarfoundation.org so that more young people like Locke can gain more valuable experiences like these.
One thing that I really enjoy about TrueStar that I wish I had when I was in high school is that all of the young adults get real life job experience.
Facts.
Like literally everything that I teach in my marketing instruction class, like I teach at other places with adults.
That's
and I tell
crazy.
them that all the time. And you get paid for it. So
Literally.
I love it. So thank you for everybody who has been donating since we've been on here.
Thank you.
And thank you, Danny, for being such a wonderful co-host.
Thank you, Bree.
You know,
so
I love it.
Sweet.
I love it here.
Too much.
I love it here. But if you want to continue to donate, make sure you hit up elevate.truestarfoundation.org. Again, that's elevate.truestarfoundation.org. Okay. Up next is TrueStar's very own alum, Jaden Stewart. He's currently at Kenyon College in Ohio. And here's what he had to say about working with TrueStar.
Everybody, my name is Jaden Stewart, a proud student of TrueStar, and currently I am a sophomore at Kenyon College. TrueStar has impacted my life in a major way that I couldn't even imagine. Networking me with celebrity stars, blessing me with scholarship money, and just to overall be a part of their team. During COVID, I felt as if I had no sense of hope. Once everything was shut down and there was no more football, I felt as if I had no more purpose. But luckily, with the help of Ms. Nate, Ms. Deanna, Ms. Marty, and countless others, they showed me that I had the potential to become a great writer. And leading up to now in college, people are asking me, Jay, how are your stories? How is your essays so great? And I tell them, it's all from TrueStar, a connection for a better team. If you want to help more students like me gain a life-changing opportunity, donate to TrueStar right now at elevate.truestarfoundation.org.
Gary, and let me tell you a really good reason why you should donate to TrueStar Foundation today. As everybody knows, I wanted to be a filmmaker. TrueStar partnered with Flip the Script Filmmaking Fellowship to allow my dreams to become a reality. I went from an aspiring filmmaker to a real deal filmmaker thanks to TrueStar. They gave me a 6-week program that allowed me to write my own script and direct my own movie. And with your money, we can allow other Chicago youth to do the same thing as me, chase my dreams. Donate now at elevate.truestarfoundation.org.
Amazing. You just heard from Jaden Stewart, who is a great example of the star quality that TrueStar has produced. Give a gift to help us continue to brighten the path for Chicago's youth. By giving a $250 gift, you can provide our youth staff with transportation to travel safely, to cover and report on community and cultural events. Go to elevate.truestarfoundation.org to make a donation now. Again, that's elevate.truestarfoundation.org. .org. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
By the time this is over, we gonna get it right. Okay. And if you're into making a fashion statement and you like the hoodies that me and Danny rocking right now, make sure you go to shop.truestarfoundation.org and purchase a hoodie. We got t-shirts, a whole lot of merch that you can help and support the True Star Foundation. And while you at it, go ahead and follow us at true.shy on Instagram and True Star Foundation on Facebook and truestar.life on Twitter.
All right, y'all. Our next special guest is Mr. Louis Carr, president of media sales for BET Networks. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, this has to be one of the most highest things I've ever done, because I actually am in love with BET, and one of my biggest dreams is to actually host the BET Awards.
That's so dope.
Since I was little, I've always practiced in the kitchen, everything, for reality with it. So, yes, he's the founder of the Blueprint Men's Summit. Last month, I had the pleasure of actually attending this summit. It was really amazing.
Okay.
The food was A1. It was here in Chicago, actually, and it was truly an experience I will never forget. All right, y'all, take a look at our interview with Louis Carr. What's up, everybody? My name is Danny B, and I am a young Black proud creator. I work with True Star, and this is Connecting Young Creators, the college edition. Today, we're talking to Mr. Louis Carr, president of media sales at BET Networks and the founder of Waymaker and the Blueprint Men's Summit. All right, Mr. Carr, thank you so much for taking the time out today to hang with us, and we're going to get into some questions. First, I just wanted to say the Blueprint Men's Summit was amazing. That was well worth my day. I'm so glad that I got to come. I learned a lot and I heard a lot. So that was pretty cool. My first question is, what is it like being a Black man at the top of his game in this field of media?
Well, first of all, Danny, thank you for having me today for True Star. I appreciate it. And also thank you for coming to the Blueprint Men's Summit and participating. It is for people like you. That we're trying to meet you where you're at, take you to your next level, motivate, inspire you, and educate you. So thank you so much for participating.
No problem.
So the question, at the top of my game, I don't know if I got there yet. I am always grinding and trying to get there, but I don't know if you ever get there, because what is the top? Because when you get to certain levels, you try to rise above that the next time around. So you continue to elevate the bar for yourself, no matter whatever goals or levels you get to. So I wouldn't say I'm at the top of my game, but what I would say is that I'm trying to be at the top of my game every single day. And the way you do that is to educate yourself, inform yourself, and create relationships with waymakers that'll help you get there.
Absolutely. That's very inspiring to me, because I'm so young and I'm trying to get to the top as well. And clearly you say you're not even at the top. So I have a long way to go, but I'm gonna keep grinding and pushing and educating myself so that when it is my time, I'll be at the top and I'll be good to go.
Well, all you want to do is be pointed in the right direction and walking down the path.
Got you. All right. Well, my next question is, for those of us who may not know you, what do you do as the president of media sales for BET? What is your core responsibility?
My core responsibility is to educate corporate America on the value of Black people. What we spend, what is our influence, what is our impact? We say what young people like you do today, Danny, the world does tomorrow. But we want to make sure that corporate America understands that and puts the right value on that and the right understanding on that. Because as we know, Black people influence way beyond their own communities, whether it's in fashion, whether it's in technology, whether it's in entertainment. We impact and influence other communities with our culture. So that's what I really do, is educate corporate America on the value of Black people.
But I was gathering content for the Men's Summit, and I walked past you a lot of times, and I was afraid to just go out and say something. But this right here, this means a lot. So thank you. My next question is, says according to research, you are responsible for more advertising dollars targeted towards the African American consumer than any other professional. What has been your key to this success?
Well, one of the things that we try to do, Danny, is we lead with data and insights. So we just don't say, because I'm Black, you should believe me, you should know me. We come with data and insights that is documented and has been analyzed so that people really can have something to sort of, as we say, put their teeth in, put their hands around. So I think we also come with purpose. You know, we're not just trying to sell people. We come with a real purpose of a brand. So, our brand mission, the things that we like to do, what we stand for to the Black community. So we start and we lead with purpose, data, and insights.
That's amazing. That's amazing. All right. Well, next question is, what was the thing that let you know you wanted to have a career in media?
I didn't know. I have a degree in broadcast journalism. I thought I wanted to be in front of the camera like you, but that didn't end up happening. Number one, I didn't want to make the sacrifices of going to small towns and starting my career. I went to college in a small town, Des Moines, Iowa. I'm like, I'm not trying to do that. Right. I wanted to come back to Chicago as quick as possible. So I didn't know. So I stumbled around a number of years from job to job, just trying to figure it out. And then once I figured it out, I still wasn't sure. I think it was when I found my purpose that I realized this is what I should be doing. And it just happened to be in media. And my purpose is giving people opportunities that they probably wouldn't normally get elsewhere. And that's what BET has given me, that sort of platform to give young people, people of color, opportunities that they probably wouldn't have gotten elsewhere.
That's amazing. That's amazing. All right. What was your first big break in the media field?
Great question. I didn't think about it like that. Probably my first big break was working for Ebony magazine at Johnson Publishing Company. And I was hired by the iconic and legendary John H. Johnson. He interviewed me and hired me on the spot. And, I never had that sort of experience. After 30 minutes of the interview, you get hired. Now, he told me all the things that I needed to do different, but it was probably that big break that gave me the opportunity in the business.
That's amazing. I'm waiting on my break. I'm just waiting.
You never know. Just be ready when you get it.
I know, right?
All right. So as we're talking about big breaks, since I was little, my dream is to one day host the BET Awards. When I was little, I used to be in the kitchen and I'd have a spatula or a spoon and I'd be going over my intro, running back and forth through the kitchen. It's just my dream. It's what I fantasize. So I've been watching BET for a while. And one of my biggest dreams is to actually host the BET Awards. So I would say, what is some advice you can give to young people who aspire to be on camera and behind the scenes in the field of media?
Number one, consistently work at it. And, like most things that you are successful at, Danny, the number one thing is being consistent at the work and at your vision and at your dream. You got to put something into it every single day. And everything that I have been successful, it starts with the work. And then it starts with knowledge and education after that. But you've got to be willing to do the work. And I'll tell you, you say you want to host the BET Awards. I applaud you for that dream. I remember in my early days, Danny, I was walking through O'Hare Airport and a group of young men came up and had on a BET jacket. And they said, "You work for BET?" I said, "Yes." They said, "Well, you need to know us because we're going to be famous one day." And I said, "Yeah, okay, sure." They said, No, trust me." And those young men went on to be the group Jodeci. All right. And I had no idea. I'm like, I just met some kids in the airport.
Right.
So what I would say to you, be consistent with your vision and your dream and just put the work in, because one day you never know. It just might happen.
That's amazing. So what about What about the obstacles that come into play when it comes with consistency? There's a lot of obstacles that can get in the way. How do you handle different obstacles that get thrown at you?
Well, you have to stay focused. All right. You have to keep your dream and your vision out in front of you. I ask people all the time, which comes first, vision or desire? And most people say desire. But what really comes first is the vision. And if the vision is big enough, Danny, it creates the desire. All right. So the vision is the thing that you can see and that probably no one else can see. So you want that vision to be big, because when the vision is big, it's like gasoline. The desire is like gasoline being poured in the engine. It makes you grind and work at it every single day. When the vision is not big enough, you want to take some days off, you want a vacation, you want to go, well, maybe I ought to try this because it's not happening, fast enough for me. So you want to make sure you have that vision and that it's so real to you, you can make sacrifices.
Yeah.
It's like being on a journey and someone says, oh, but if you do that, you're not going to be able to go to the movies. You're not going to be able to go to this party. You're not going to be able to hang out here. And you should be able to say, oh, I'm good with that.
Right.
Because you're so hungry to achieve that vision and that goal. You can say, hey, I'm willing to make those sacrifices.
Great. Yeah, that's big. That's big. All right. My next question is, what are some key positions behind the scenes that young people should consider as a career in media?
The one I got. I got a pretty good job, okay? And what it does, what media sales does, it sort of gives you the opportunity to be smart about a number of industries, whether it's automotive or whether it's electronics, or whether it's pharmaceutical or whether it's packaged goods. You get this submergent education in business. You get to learn about how important someone's market value is, someone's stock price is, because you have to understand the total picture in business to be successful on a consistent basis. So a sales career, I call it the dirty little secret, because most people don't understand it and don't know about it. And most people don't know how much money you can make at it. So I would say media sales.
Media sales. Got it. Keeping it as a plan B. My next question is, what was the inspiration behind Waymaker?
Well, it's sort of, for me, a journey of paying back a debt to all the people who helped me. When we say at Waymaker, Danny, no one becomes successful without a Waymaker. I don't care who you are, Black, white, male, female, young, old. Everyone has had a Waymaker. I think the only difference with me is that I recognize that. I've had 19 Waymakers in my career. And a Waymaker is someone who does something for you, who makes a way with no expectation of a return. They're just doing it because they want to see you successful. So I had so many, I said, I've got to do something to pay that back. And Waymakers can be your neighbors. They can be your professors. They can be your boss. They can be a relative. But someone who just wants to make sure that you're great. And they do something. They open a door. They get you a hookup. They do something for you. But they have no expectation of anything in return. So I had so many, I had to do something to pay it back, or what you guys would probably say, to pay it forward. So it's a debt, I know, that, Danny, I can never pay off because the debt's too big. But I'm trying to at least pay the interest on that debt by helping people, educating people, inspiring people through the brand Waymaker.
That's amazing. And is one Waymaker greater than another?
No. Because somebody's calling you one day and said, Danny, I heard, there's this job at BET. You may want to call. You get that job, and next thing you're hosting the BET Awards. You didn't start as a host of the BET Awards. You started someplace else in the company.
Right.
That's an important waymaker, because if they didn't open that first door, you wouldn't be able to have the opportunity to go through that big door that your vision has.
Amazing. Amazing. All right. My next question is, when you created the Blueprint Men's Summit, what did you hope to see as a result of this project?
What you saw on the 21st and the 22nd of October, bringing men together, and whether they were young men who were teenagers or whether they're more mature men, together in a safe place where we could meet them where they were and help bring them to the next level. That was my main goal. And we wanted to execute that through stories, journeys, relationships, and inspiration. So the people that you saw on stage who told you, I started right where you are, Danny, today. I grew up in the same type of neighborhood you grew in. I had the same type of obstacles and problems that you had. But this is how I navigated through that process. That's the dream that I had, and that's what I see coming together. For that many Black men and boys to come together. And remember, not one incident. Not one incident. And, when people say that's impossible in this city that we live in, right, we prove people wrong. Not only did they come together, have a great time, educated, was inspired, they also respected one another, believed in one another, and celebrated one another.
That's so profound. So profound. All right. True Star is in the business of creating young leaders and providing valuable job experience to Chicago youth. Tell us why True Star programs are important and why people should donate to support the students in True Star.
Because True Star is training young people to be leaders at a very early age. And remember, Danny, leaders are about others. They're not about themselves. Our communities, our country need people who are thinking about someone else, not about yourself. Now, people go like, man, but what about myself? I need a great job. I need to be successful. I need that. It will come through helping others. You will realize that I can get joy. I can feel great. And I can get a return on my investment in people. I think as True Star is sort of teaching you guys, think about building that experience, think about that knowledge, and think about engagement, because we want you to grow up to be leaders that help other people, that help our communities, that make a difference in our country. And we need more and more people like yourself who's going to be committed to that job, who's going to work at it every single day, and who's going to have the courage to do some things that probably most people don't have that courage to do.
That's it for this today. I just want to say thank you for talking with us today, Mr. Carr. And I want to say to you guys right here, to give young people like myself memorable opportunities like this, go to elevate.truestarfoundation.org now to invest in today's youth. Again, that's elevate.truestarfoundation.org. All right, now I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This interview with Mr. Carr had to be the highlight of my year personally. And it happened thanks to True Star. Love y'all. You can help other young people gain opportunities like these by simply giving a gift at elevate.truestarfoundation.org.
You
got it now.
Period.
Back to you, Bree.
Thank you. I do want to congratulate you. You did a great job on that interview.
Thank you so much.
Made
I
me
appreciate
so
it.
proud. I love it so much. Okay, everybody. So we about to get into our groove real quick. Okay.
Yes,
so we have a Chicago singer and songwriter. Her name is Rocky. And I think y'all are in for a treat.
Hey, I'm Rocky. I performed at the 2022 From the Go Fest, and thanks to organizations such as True Star, artists like myself have a platform to elevate and showcase our talent. and they also help showcase others as well. So I think that that's a really amazing thing. This first song that I'm going to sing is called Rainfall. You can find it on all platforms of media. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hey! I've been trying to find the meaning to this life we're living, so let the rain fall. Oh yeah, yeah. For the unofficial wars made against us, please let the rain fall. Why must we kill ourselves, my brothers and sisters? Yeah. We cry, we plead, fall to our knees, Lord, let the rain fall. Let the rain fall, Lord, we pray for your grace. Let the rain fall, let the rain fall, mercy on us all. Lord, we pray for your grace. Let the rain fall, let the rain fall. I've been trying to find the meaning to this life we're living, so let the rain fall. Yeah. For hearts that are broken, by lives that were stolen, please let the rain fall. Our road is out of control. Lord, we pray that you take control, sing rainfall. We pray that our cries will amend this world. Let the rain fall. Let the rain fall. Lord, we pray for your grace. Let the rain fall. Let the rain fall. Mercy on us all. Lord, we pray for your grace. Let the rain fall. Let the rain fall. For our sufferings, for the pain we've caused, for the sins committed, and all the loved ones we've lost, for the wars that we started, for the heart of man. We know you're watching, sing your rain in, I hear a voice come from deep within, say, don't be afraid, don't be ashamed, one day we will win. But until then, I say, let the rain fall. Lord, we pray for your grace. Let the rain fall, let the rain fall, mercy on us all. Lord, we pray for your grace. Let the rain fall, let the rain fall, mercy on us all. Lord, we pray for your grace. Let the rain fall, let the rain fall, mercy on us all. Lord, we pray for your grace. Let the rain fall, let the rain fall, mercy on us.
That was so good. Thank
Amazing.
you to my girl Rocky. That was legit
Yes.
amazing. What you say? Profound.
Profound.
Profound is the
Listen.
word of the day. Okay, profound. True Star features artists like Rocky and a lot of other up and coming Chicago artists on our music series Lo-Fi. We highlight a lot of soul and R&B, you know, to get the groove right. So make sure, in order for us at True Star to continue to showcase local artists, please donate at elevate.truestarfoundation.org. Again, elevate.truestarfoundation.org. I deserve a
Give me
gold
some, girl.
star. You feel me?
What?
Okay, our
What?
next college spotlight comes from Kenwood Academy graduate and True Star creator Asada Young. She is also attending the HBCU that we all know, Spelman College. Take it away, Asada.
Asada Young, a proud alumni of True Star. I'm currently a first year at Spelman College. True Star is special to me and has impacted my life by giving me valuable skills and opportunities to operate operate in the professional world. Help students like me gain these life-changing opportunities. Donate to TrueStar at elevate.truestarfoundation.org.
Y'all, I'm Lauren. I'm a journalist. I write for the blog, and one of my favorite stories to write was with investigative reporter Josh McGee. This was probably my favorite article to write because the interview with him went so well. I wasn't expecting him to be so genuine and so easy to talk to. He was definitely very empathetic, and he had a lot to say, and he had a lot of passion for the community. And I like to see people that are genuinely passionate about what they're doing and they care about making a change within their community. Donate to keep our blog going for journalists like me at elevate.truestarfoundation.org.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but we need more Asadas in the world.
For
like,
sure.
literally.
I
So
love it.
we need you to go donate to TrueStar right now. Go to elevate.truestarfoundation.org, okay? And thanks, Lauren. We would now like to introduce to you guys the heart and soul of TrueStar. These lovely ladies right here on the end, co-founders Deanna M. Sherman and Natay Thompson. It's because of the tireless dedication of these two women that over 10,000 young people in Chicago have had quality first-time job experiences like mine. Now listen to that again. I say 10,000.
Okay.
That's a number. That's a number, all right?
What's up, ladies? How you feeling?
Hey
How are
guys,
you?
y'all have done
Good.
such an amazing
beautiful.
job.
Look at
hosting.
y'all.
Thank
Y'all
you.
look
good.
Thank you.
Okay. Love the vibes.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Still looking right. Okay. Speaking of 18 years, how does it feel being able to provide opportunities for Chicago youth for so long?
I mean, it's an amazing feeling. I mean, I literally cannot believe that we are still here 18 years later. Like, it's insane. We had no idea that, Deanna and I having a conversation 18 years ago about bringing some young people together to do some, creative program, that we would be here 18 years later in this amazing space in this amazing city, still serving young people. It has been a joyous ride to work with so many young people. And when you say 10,000, I'm like, man, we did that?
That's
10,000. Like, we did that.
It's like a campus full of college students. Like 10,000 students.
Yeah, it's crazy. I still can't believe it. It's surreal because, just growing up, thinking about the opportunities that, we were not afforded in high school and in middle school, and to be a part of being able to provide that for Chicago youth, it's an amazing feeling.
Amazing. All right, now staying afloat during the pandemic was a struggle for almost everyone. It was sure a struggle for me. How was TrueStar able to do it? What were some of the struggles you encountered along the way?
Well, like everyone, we were just disconnected. We had to stay at home, and we had to pivot and figure it out. And that's exactly what we did. And we could only be so thankful for young people in 2018 who pushed us to go from a magazine to a digital platform. So how foreshadowing was that? We didn't know a pandemic was coming, but because, Natay and I have always been true to the mission of TrueStar and true to listening to young people, we went digital. And so we were prepared. We were already doing virtual programming. But what it did, it just really pushed us and accelerated us more into the digital space, probably a little bit faster than we would have liked. But look where we are, in this beautiful studio with a staff who's able to stream an event for over an hour, with students who now can shoot and edit video on state-of-the-art equipment. So it really pushed us into the future. So as hard as it was just so timely for TrueStar, and we really rose to the occasion. And I'm so proud of us for that.
I like that you said you all rose to the occasion, because I feel like it was kind of like the universe aligning that everything went digital. Because imagine if the pandemic would have happened and you weren't digital.
Oh my God, we would have been irrelevant.
Exactly.
So thank y'all for that.
Yes. So it's very imperative.
I was mad at those kids when they said, "We don't read magazines." Like, oh God, but they were right.
That's good. That's very good. No, I love that, because it's imperative that on top of us being, I'm a journalist, so a lot of the marketing and creative jobs that you guys hear I have experience in. So it's like we have to keep up with the times because it's forever changing. Forever changing. And our goal for this fundraiser tonight is $25,000. How critical is it that we have fundraisers like these to help support True Star?
It's very critical. I mean, without the support of the public, we are not here today. Without the support of these young people and their voice and showing that they matter, we're not here today. So it's very critical that we are able to produce fundraisers like this so that we can continue to support the young people of Chicago, support the young people beyond Chicago. And it's just, it's, I can't express it how much importance it is for us to be able to continue to keep the doors open for True Star. If we don't have the support, then we do not get to open the doors to True Star. And, we would love to be able to service more young people and do other things, but we need that bread and butter. We need the support of the public. We need you guys to go and donate right now in order for us to be able to continue with the program and the True Star. So it's essential. It's critical. We don't have it. We don't have it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I heard a key thing you talked about. You said keeping the doors open for True Star.
Yes.
And you're also keeping the doors open for other organizations as well. So True Star has also been able to support other organizations like Flip the Script. How does a collaboration such as this one help the foundation?
Well, we've always been very collaborative in spirit. We can't do this alone. There are a lot of nonprofits doing great work. We are better together than we are siloed and apart. So we're always looking for partnerships and collaborations. And this just made perfect sense to partner with the Wordsmith Writers Lab and Eunice Kelly and Silas Green on giving young people an opportunity to produce their own film. It was a competition style. We had 2 winners, and Gary, who was our first place winner, got to produce a film. You heard from Gary during the broadcast, and to be 17 and junior in high school and have your own film, and we're going to be pitching that to different film festivals where to be screening. So this gives him a leg up in what he wants to do. And True Star has always been a launching pad for young people's dreams. So for other organizations and small businesses and even large companies who also want to give young people a launching pad for their dreams, give us a call. We want to partner. We want to collaborate. We want to do this together. And that's really, it has been essential for our success as well.
I love that. So let us know what's next for True Star. What can we expect? It's fourth quarter. We're going into 2023. Yes. So what is coming up next for True Star?
What's coming up next for True Star? 2023, we're going to continue to do amazing work with amazing young people, of course. That's kind of a given. But we would love to be able to grow the brand, to grow the organization. We want to grow the space. We would love to be able to get into a larger space so that we can provide more programming for young people. We love the idea of being able to bring them out of their school and go have the experience as if they're going to work every day, or if they're going to, do something that they are very passionate about. And we want them to have fun. We love the creative space, the pops of color, the bean chairs, the studio for them to learn how to edit, and the state-of-the-art activity that we have going on with the young people. So it's just going to be more of that and more youth voice in Chicago.
Yes.
I love that so much. In 2024, we got a throw party for the 20th.
Yes, oh yeah, absolutely.
Hosted by Bree Specific and Danny.
It will be a True Star homecoming. So if you were ever on a cover of True Star, we need you to perform.
No, for sure. Yeah. Everybody. Well, I do want to take the time out to give you ladies your flowers, because being a Chicago, West Side Chicago girl, we don't have too many programs like this. And I think when I found out about True Star, I was already in college, away from Chicago. But when I found out what it was, I believe Portia King is the reason why I knew about True Star. And I was like, oh, well, I never knew there was like a creative space for young people to come and just be them and create and edit and produce and make content. And that's really pretty much what 80% of teenagers want to do these days. So I really feel like you guys were ahead of your time in a way. And I just want to give you your flowers for being able to bring that to Chicago. Thank you. For sure. And thank you for watching Connecting Young Creators 2022, the college edition. The young people here at True Star are amazing. And we wish that we can continue to give all of these opportunities to different high schoolers. And before we leave, make sure you go and donate. Elevate.truestarfoundation.org. That's elevate.truestarfoundation.org. I think I'm gonna get a hoodie that says
Yes. Please give so that True Star can continue to launch more dreams and supporting my dream. I want to launch my dream.
You'll be a BT.
Yes.
Period.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at true.shy, on Facebook at True Star Foundation, and on Twitter at truestar.life.
Thank you, Danny and Bree, for hosting this amazing event. I just want to really give a big shout out to our staff to produce this. It takes, more than just one or two people. We have an entire staff that are behind the cameras, who are on the computer, who are at home, even supporting the event. And we just want to thank you. We have an amazing staff, amazing students who put all of this together. We cannot do it without them. We want to give a big thank you to the True Star board and all of our board members who are supporting this event, who support the organization, all of our funders, partners, volunteers. Like Nate said, we can't do this alone. We need each of you, and you all have been a part of transforming young people's lives here in Chicago. We heard from all the great alumni and students here at True Star. So we just want to say thank you. Continue to donate. Considering being a recurring donor of True Star, you can sign up on elevate.truestarfoundation.org. You could donate monthly. And we need you. We need individuals like yourselves who continue to make this work possible, so we could dream the imaginable and just really just do bigger things. Yes.
Everything Tiana just said. But on a serious note, True Star is a family, and we would love for you all to join this village. We have, like you said, we have 10,000 in this village, and we're looking to grow that even more. So no matter how big, how small, we are here, and we are willing to work with young people on a daily basis to realize dreams, to create BET hosts.
Okay.
We want to be here making an amazing, remarkable difference in the young people's lives, and we need your support. We need your help. So again, no matter how big, how small, go and donate. I still see you sitting there. Go donate. Yes. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you for tuning in. Please share this broadcast, share this stream. We're going to be raising money for the next week or so up until Giving Tuesday. So please support True Star. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Boy, Gary.
And it's Lauren.
And I want to personally thank you for donating and elevating True Star.
Continue donating so you can help creators like us to pursue our dreams.
But for now, we'll see you next time. Bye!
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Time to begin. Live, learn, leave, fall, breeze, blow next to my skin. Stay